Hello, it's Mikko from Greenrose Faire. In this video, I will be talking about my bass parts on the new Following the Wind album. So far, the videos in this series have been very different from one another, and this is no exception. The bass parts in Greenrose Faire songs are very simple, so I thought that it's better that I do not climb on top of a mountain and play an epic bass solo, because we don't have one. Instead, I will talk about every single song on the album. Things like what I'm playing, why I'm playing it, why it sounds like it sounds. I think it will take a while, so maybe you too should get a cup of coffee or tea or something and just enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, the first song on the album is called The Fire Within. I'll play along the album track a little bit so you hear what's going on. Listen to the drums, they are very important in this one. So I basically just double the rhythm Tommy plays with his drum kit. There are some chord changes in the song, and I of course follow them, so it sounds like this eventually. That's pretty much it. I changed the octaves a little bit, so I play down low as well. But it's the same pattern. That's it. That's the first song. Moving on to Dancing in the Rain. I keep this song very simple and locked in with the drums. So basically I'm playing the same rhythm as Tommy is with his kick drum, and sometimes I play at the same time with the snare drum. Let's hear the chorus because the verses are pretty much just long notes. So there's a little bit of something to play, and after I will play the bass only.
Don't let go, the storm is getting closer. Stay with me, we're dancing in the rain. The night won't stop, the wind is blowing stronger. Wild and free, we're dancing in the rain.
Pretty simple stuff. It goes like this. I think that's it. That's Dancing in the Rain.
I go a-walking on my feet, they know the way. Along the highways, and onto byways, find the chords or go astray.
Alright, it's the title track, Following the Wind. I want to talk about the rhythm now. The song is a shuffle, and Tommy loves to write shuffles. We have plenty. Shuffle rhythm is based on triplets. So by playing the triplets, it would sound like this. But that's obviously too much, so we make it a shuffle. Shuffle is the same pattern, but we either leave out the second note or tie it together with the first one. By tying, it would sound like this. And leaving out like this. But it's still far too busy, so what I do is that on the odd rounds I don't play the third note at all, and on the even rounds I use a muted note instead. So this is what I do on the record. So alright, this is the muted note. And I use them because they make it easier for myself to really embrace the rhythm and play it tight. It would sound pretty much the same if I just left it out, but I want to play tight, and I want to make it easy for myself to really feel the rhythm, so that's why I do it like that. The fourth song on the album is called Back to You, and on the bass it's very simple. I just play steady, straight 8 notes throughout the song, except the very end where there's one trick, or 2 tricks actually. I'll show them to you, but let's hear the record first. Alright, that's it. But it's not as easy as it sounds. Actually, it's quite difficult to keep it very steady. But that's it. That's the whole song pretty much. Except that in the end, before the violin solo starts, we change keys, we modulate up 1 whole step, and at the same time I take it 1 octave down to make it a bit heavier. So at that point I am down here. Alright, and during the last chord progression I play octaves to emphasize what Tommy is doing. He's playing his crashes. So this is what I do. And in the very end there's this little minor 7th arpeggio that I play. But that's Back to You. It's time to talk about the Tale of Scalliwag Joe. Let's hear the record first and I'll do the talking soon. So I'm playing the root of each chord followed by the 5th of the same chord, and sometimes I don't have time to play the 5th, so then I just play the root. But that's the principle. But tone is my main point in this song, and I'm going for slightly softer tone. And how I achieve it? I'll do it by turning this pickup off and moving my hand over here when I'm playing. And it makes it slightly softer. For context, this is my normal tone. And this pseudo double bass is like this. It's very subtle. Maybe you can hear it if you are wearing headphones or using some kind of an external speaker. But yeah, we consider minor details when making records. We want to really capture the feel of each song, and some of the songs really call for a softer bass tone. So this is the Tale of Scalliwag Joe. The 6th song on the album is called Find a Way Home. It's a lot of fun revisiting the song right now because we haven't played it at all since we recorded it. It's not in our current setlist, but I do hope we get to play it live one day. It has this very special atmosphere and it's not like any other Greenrose Faire song. I have chosen to play the violin solo section because it has pretty much all the bells and whistles in the bass part. Let's hear it with the record first and I'll play it without the record then. Alright, this is what I'm playing. Okay, moving on. The song number 7 is called Grateful for the Ride, and it's my personal favorite. It's another shuffle, but in this one we change the rhythm of the bass guitar to change the mood of the song. In the intro I play quarter notes in full, and for the first verse I change it to the same shuffle pattern as in Following the Wind. So let's hear with the record how the mood changes.
Back in the day when our world was innocent, we shared all the joys and tears.
So in the intro it's much more stable and solid, and it starts to bounce when I change the pattern, and it gives it more energy, I think. This is what I play. So first the quarter notes and then the shuffle pattern. Okay, there's a couple of other things going on in the song, but I think I'll need to move on. Yeah, it's time to play Henry Hard Luck. In this song, I also go for the softer sound for two reasons. If you think of a bluegrass band, and if they have a bass, it's going to be a double bass. Also, I want to leave room for the other instruments to do their thing, play their fills and solos, and I don't want the bass to get in the way. So I'm using this pickup again, and my hand is over here. I'm playing this pattern in which there's the root of each chord and the fifth of each chord. But in the verses we wanted to tame it a little bit, and I'm playing only the root notes. Let's hear with the record.
Henry Hard Luck, oh Henry Hard Luck, don't you think you should have stayed in bed? Flames they went up high as we all gather at the side of the fire at the old King's Head. Tell me Henry Hard Luck, oh Henry Hard Luck, don't you think you should have stayed in bed?
Alright, that's the principle in playing most of the parts. But then there's this little tiny bass solo near the end of the song, and I thought that maybe I should walk you through it. It's on chords E and D, and it ends on A. And my approach to this is that I'm pretty much playing this kind of a blues, country blues stuff. So on the E chord or E7, I'm playing the minor pentatonic. It's a blues trick. Actually blues scale, and then I add a chromatic passing tone to D. And on the D, I play the root, the minor 7th, major 6th, 5th, flat 5th, and then go to major 3rd, and then just chromatically approach A. So in full, it's like this. I think that's all for Henry Hard Luck. Moving on, we are at song number 9, I Don't Want to Leave. It is the power ballad on the album. The bass line is simple, almost minimalistic, which kind of counterintuitively makes it maybe the most difficult track on the album. When there's not a lot to play, every note starts to count, and you have to get it right to make it sound good. And it's pretty good on the album. There are some notes that I play ahead of time and I really shouldn't have, but as it is very difficult to play this low, I'm quite proud of the result. Let's hear with the record what I'm doing. The pattern that I'm playing throughout the song when I'm playing something is this. And as I said, it was very difficult to get it right, but I'm happy with the result. It turned out good. The song Invincible is a lot of fun to play. I have chosen to start with the main theme of the song, in which rhythm is everything on the bass. And then I will proceed to the violin solo section, which has a very, very cool bass line. It has these peculiar suspensions, and the chord changes are maybe in places you wouldn't necessarily expect them to be. Tommy wrote the bass line, I think, and I just learned it note per note. It's something that I wouldn't think of myself, and it's so cool. I think it's part of the charm of the bass line for me. Let's hear with the record. Okay, the violin solo section bass line goes like this. Near the end of the violin solo, Hanna plays this one phrase that I think it's a variation of a phrase we all play later on. And I think it would be a cool thing to show. It goes like this. I think that's all. Last but not least, it's the final song on the album, the 11th Hour. It's this kind of a sing-along type of a song, very simple on the bass, not a lot going on. But there's something very interesting going on in the second verse. We basically reverse our normal roles. Typically in Greenrose Faire songs, there's a very strong rhythm, a strong pulse that comes from the rhythm section, really. Tommy and myself, we lay the foundation, so to speak. But in this song, in the second verse, we pretty much turn it upside down. Salla leads the way with the vocals, and we just follow. And I think it's so cool. It's so different and makes the feel of the song totally different from the more upbeat songs. And we are actually playing a waltz here, really. So another cool reason to show this.
Is measured by the sum of smiles. There will always be a hill to climb, and you may not even make the heights. Sometimes downhill
we are totally following the vocal line, and there's this certain syllables I know I need to hit a certain chord. And it's so refreshing to play music like this. So I think we have covered the whole album now. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.